After more than 2 weeks of searching, police say a very specific anonymous tip led detectives back to this abandoned elementary school where they uncovered a shallow grave in the woods with remains that they believe to be those of Kada Scott. Now, the medical examiner, of course, is working to confirm the identity, and investigators are in touch with Scott's family. Now, keep in mind, this is the same location where officers say they found her debit card and phone case last week during that search. Meanwhile, attention is back on 21-year-old Keon King, the man already arrested in connection with Kada's disappearance. You see him there. Police say that he was previously charged in another alleged kidnapping back in January, but of course we know he walked free after posting cash bail.
It's been a terrifying and heartbreaking few days since the world learned about the disappearance and tragic death of Kada Scott. Her remains were discovered in an abandoned schoolyard, sending shockwaves through the community and sparking an outpouring of grief and confusion. In the hours following the discovery, social media was flooded with speculation, theories, and conflicting reports about what might have happened to her. Everyone wanted answers, but the truth seemed buried beneath rumors and uncertainty. Recently, authorities held a press conference to address the growing chaos and to separate fact from fiction. However, what they revealed wasn't quite what people expected. Officials confirmed that the investigation is still ongoing, and while they've identified several leads, they refused to release key details that could compromise the case. They urged the public to avoid spreading misinformation and to let law enforcement do their job. Even so, the lack of clear answers has only deepened the sense of fear and frustration among those following the story. For Kada's family and friends, it's been an unimaginable ordeal, one filled with grief, disbelief, and a desperate hope that justice will soon be served for a young life taken far too soon.
And they believe that she did not leave with him willingly. The suspect is being held on a $2.5 million bail, expected in court for his preliminary hearing next month. All eyes on this and whether he will have additional charges. Of course, authorities are investigating.
All eyes are now on this case as the public waits to see whether additional charges will be filed. Authorities confirmed that ever since Kada Scott's remains were discovered, the main suspect, King Keon, turned himself into police. According to officials, Keon currently faces several serious charges, including arson, conspiracy to commit arson, and car theft. However, what caught everyone's attention during the press conference was the absence of one particular charge, the charge connected to Kada's death. Many expected that to be front and center, but it wasn't mentioned at all. This unexpected omission has fueled even more speculation and concern among the public. Some believe the police may be holding back key details to protect the integrity of the ongoing investigation, while others think new evidence is still being processed before any further charges are announced. Officials have remained tight-lipped, saying only that the investigation is active and that more information will be shared when appropriate. Still, the uncertainty has left people uneasy, demanding transparency and justice for Kada. For now, everyone is watching closely, waiting for the next update that could finally reveal what really happened and bring answers to this deeply disturbing case.
A second case has already been approved, and we expect there to be a new arrest today, in all likelihood, of Keon King when he is brought in from the jail. The arrest will be for burning of a car, arson, causing catastrophe, conspiracy, several other charges.
Authorities have yet to charge Keon King with the most serious offense in connection to Kada Scott's death, leaving many to wonder what's really going on behind the scenes. While he currently faces charges of arson, conspiracy, and vehicle theft, police have made it clear that the investigation is far from over. The delay in adding the primary charge has raised questions about whether there's more to the story than what's been made public. Reports suggest that police are now following several anonymous tips that point toward a possible accomplice, someone who may have helped Keon carry out the crimes. What makes this lead even more shocking is that the alleged accomplice was reportedly close to both Kada and Keon, a friend to Kada, but secretly involved with Keon as well. This revelation has fueled suspicions that Kada's disappearance might have been part of a premeditated plan connected to a love triangle gone wrong. When Kada went missing in early October, her loved ones immediately knew something was off. She wasn't the kind of person to just disappear without telling anyone. Known for her bold, outgoing personality and her kindness toward others, Kada was loved by many. Friends say she had a soft spot for people, even those who didn't always deserve it, and one of those people may have been Keon. The two reportedly had a complicated relationship and remained in contact right up until the day she vanished. Police confirmed they exchanged several text messages that appeared flirty and familiar, but one message in particular caught investigators' attention. Kada allegedly texted Keon asking him to kidnap her again, to which he responded, "Better be up to." Just hours after that message, Kada was reported missing. Her disappearance quickly made headlines, not only because of its mysterious circumstances, but also because of where it happened. She vanished from her workplace, a nursing home, during her shift. Security footage confirmed she clocked out early.
I heard about this, right? I asked my baby dad, I said, "Did you hear about this girl missing?" He said no. I told him, he was like, "Well, what makes her case so special? Like, why is she all over the news? Is she a missing person?" Now I think about it, like, you right. There's so many missing black girls. Why did she get all this media attention, right? I'm scrolling on TikTok, no bullshit. You really can't make this shit up. And you got to connect the dots. When it's messages, it's for a reason. I'm scrolling on TikTok and I see somebody say, everybody trying to figure out why this girl's missing, why she gets so much media attention when a whole bunch of black girls go missing. It's because she went missing at her fucking job. That is exactly why. You wanna know why? They trying to figure out why the fuck she clocked out early where she's at.
Days turned into weeks as the desperate search for Kada Scott stretched across Philadelphia, with her loved ones refusing to give up hope. Flyers were posted everywhere, volunteers combed neighborhoods, and police spent 2 relentless weeks searching for her. But every lead led to a dead end. Just when the investigation seemed to be running cold, an anonymous phone call came in that would change everything. The caller directed police to the vacant H. Lewis Middle School, a location that had already been searched before with no results. But the tipster insisted they look again, this time in the wooded area behind the building. When officers followed the directions, they made the heartbreaking discovery: human remains buried in a shallow grave. DNA tests later confirmed it was Kada, and her death was ruled a homicide. What followed was a chilling unraveling of clues that pointed to 21-year-old Keon, who was already on police radar for a pending kidnapping case involving another woman. Investigators found that Keon's phone had pinged in the same area as Kada's right before hers went offline, and surveillance footage showed a man matching his description moving a heavy object, believed to be Kada's body, near the burial site. Before police could arrest him, Keon turned himself in, admitting to the kidnapping but denying involvement in her death. Then came another twist. Detectives revealed that the footage didn't show just one person, but two. The second figure, believed to be a woman, reignited speculation that Keon hadn't acted alone. Soon after, a woman claiming to be Keon's friend, identified as Gabby, came forward online, admitting she had given Keon Kada's address, but insisting she had no idea what he planned to do. Her confession has only deepened the mystery surrounding Kada's death, leaving the public demanding answers and justice.
Keon calls me, and keep in mind, I am in school, I am in Maryland, and he will usually just call me, just to check up and talk. So he calls me and he asks me if I know Kada. And I'm like, yeah, I know Kada. And he's like, oh yeah, I noticed that she lives really close to you. I'm like, yeah, she lived right in the back of me. And I'm not thinking nothing of it because he usually calls me and, we just be chatting. He'll call me about the people that be around because he is the pharmacist. I live in the neighborhood and he be in my neighborhood. So we hang up the phone and that was that. We were only on the phone for 29 seconds. There was no reason to call the cops. He already turned himself in. And I felt like it would be kind of a waste of time to tell them that the guy that they already have in custody, called me and was asking about the girl. And me personally, I'm not a cop caller. I don't call the cops. That's just the way that I grew up. That's what I was around. They will always tell me, you don't call the cops. So I just felt like, the information that I had and the fact that, I'm just not really a cop caller, it wouldn't make sense for me to call the cops.
Gabby's silence is now under heavy scrutiny as new evidence surfaces linking her more closely to Keon. A video of her wearing his hoodie and reports of her previous arrests have made many question her innocence. Texts from her own mother suggest she knew about Keon's criminal past but chose not to speak up. Police are reportedly taking their time to ensure all accomplices are identified before filing additional charges. Meanwhile, the public is outraged, demanding justice for Kada Scott, another young black woman failed by a system that allowed a known predator back on the streets. Many believe Gabby's silence and possible involvement changed everything.